Okay, we're back. So I was talking about attendance. 2 weeks worth of absences may result in you being dropped from the course. This is an online asynchronous class. There are two major ways that I look at and record your attendance. The first one is I look at your activity across Canvas for my course. That means that I'm looking at you watching my videos. I'm looking at how many times you visited pages, um, basically your time online per week. I generally look weekly at those kinds of things. Then number two is your turning in of assignments and discussion posts. I have discussion posts. I try to have one every week, but I usually have one at least every 2 weeks. That's because you may have assignments that you're already completing, and I don't want to overwhelm you with discussion posts and assignments just for the sake of attendance, because I have multiple ways of looking at your attendance activity. So discussion posts, make sure that you're thoroughly answering the discussion posts, responding to others if I've asked you to respond to others in the class, not using or refraining from using AI or ChatGPT to answer those discussion posts. It should be authentically you and or 100% you, and it should be thoroughly done and well thought through for a discussion post. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to be really long or long-winded, but it should be engaged, and it should be specifically you. I look at those discussion posts a lot for attendance. So you get points for it, but I also use it for attendance. So you're going to see your points for that discussion post. And if I'm noticing that you're not doing what I'm asking for in the discussion posts, if they're not authentically being written, then you're probably going to get a notice from me or an email from me asking you to, change some things up, engage more purposefully in those discussion posts. That's the main reason. A second reason for discussion posts is it really helps me to assess what you're learning, what you're reading, and what you're watching. The lectures, if you have questions, those are really good places to engage with the discussion post, is by showing me what you're reading and what you're learning about. And for the most part, it's not really a problem, but please make sure that you're doing it that way. In the first 2 weeks, I'm really looking at your course activity, but I'm also looking for really engaged answers in those discussion posts, because they're easy ones to answer as long as you just stick with you are you. You're a human being and not a robot. I'm a human being, not a robot. So as long as you're sticking to those things, then you shouldn't have an issue. If you do have an issue, you'll get an email from me saying, hey, I noticed um, you're not turning in assignments or discussion posts and your activity is low. What can I do to get you more engaged in the class? Do you have any questions for me? And if you don't respond to those, then I may drop you from the course early on. I really look at the first week's worth of stuff for that reason, because we have on this campus a no-show drop deadline. So the first week, really, I'm looking for if you're actually showing up for that week and doing the discussion posts. Okay, that's attendance. Academic accommodations, if you have a documented disability that may require classroom accommodations, see me immediately after class. On office hours or through email is totally fine because this is asynchronous. Or contact the FCC Disabled Students Programs and Services DSPNS office in Building A, or call 559-442-8237. If you have any questions about accommodations for anything that you're dealing with, contact me or the DSPNS office. If you happen to find out that you are going to have a baby, definitely let me know so that I can help to accommodate you as well. Under Title IX, it gives you some accommodations based on those things. Okay, so, but basically just talk to me, okay? Late assignments, daily in-class assignments are turned in on Canvas. I don't accept late submissions for daily work. So discussion posts, late discussion posts, I just don't give you usually the points for it. I'm probably, if you do it late, I won't give you points, but I'll make sure to add you as attended for that week if you do turn it in late. For essays, you do have 3 days, 3 working days to turn in a late major assignment, and 15 points are going to be automatically deducted from that final score. It's usually done in Canvas on the SpeedGrader platform. So it's already done. If you need an extension, that's different from turning something in late and not saying anything about it. If you need an extension, it should be 24 hours in advance at least. And so you can tell me, oh, I'm going to be gone. You know, I have, I don't know, a dental issue that week and I'm going to be out of it and I need that week. I'm going to ask for an extension of 1 week for this assignment, and send me an email about that and I'll respond to you. Usually I say, yes, absolutely. If you need help, let me know. And I'll extend the deadline ahead of time for you so that you don't get any late points. But it has to be 24 hours at least in advance. And the more time, the better, the more I'm going to be able to give you that time. If it's last minute, then I won't be able to do that, accommodate you, because other people are turning in their assignments on time. It's not fair to them. Okay, so those are my late assignments. Let's move on. Plagiarism is a big issue in this class. There's a link here that takes you to a page that talks about plagiarism. I think it's a pretty helpful one. Plagiarism involves taking ideas, passages, work, and direct quotations and not crediting the source. Therefore, the words and ideas are passed off as one's own. These acts can be done in either intentionally or unintentionally, meaning you know about it or you don't know about it. It's still going to be considered plagiarism. And plagiarized or AI created content will result in a 0 for the grade on any assignment. On occasion, I may allow a student to rewrite the assignment for reduced points, but my approval for this is necessary, and it may not be an option on all assignments due to the severity of the issue or the point value of the assignment. Examples of plagiarism include copying whole pages from journal articles, books, or other sources without citing, representing an original idea as your own, purchasing a term paper online and submitting it as your own, failing to attribute research that is not common knowledge, i.e. like things like Christmas is December 25th. That's common knowledge for sure. Taking a direct quote and failing to put quotations around the sentences that are directly quoted. Using AI, chat GPT, or anything creating content using AI software for the majority of any assignment. Using AI to write, correct, or revise. AI can be a tool, and we're going to discuss the ways we can explore the use of technology to improve our writing this semester. However, the point of the class is to help you to communicate more clearly your thoughts into writing. And the focus should be on your unique and individual voice and not that of software or the internet. So this is an ongoing issue and conversation that the English department and the humanities division, everybody's having this conversation. I'm having it with students. Just know that it's written here in the syllabus and that I expect that you are writing, creating your own work, and making mistakes. That's a part of what this semester is about. So please refrain from using any AI software to augment or change or add content to your work. There are two major essays with rough drafts and one 7 to 12 page research essay that has a whole project associated with it for this class. All essays require revisions and peer reviews. Don't worry about the peer reviews. We don't usually use too many of those or any anymore in this class specifically, but we do use, or you do write, rough drafts. So those figure into the combined point value. And see OWL at Purdue University for MLA formatting guidelines. I have a bunch of that information linked, and I'll try and add some links on here as well. All right, so this is the point breakdown for the class. It's an 800 point class. Basically, the first 3 weeks, there are different assignments that equal to 50 points. They're each about 25 points, 15 points, that kind of stuff. 50 points for rough draft essays 1 and 2, 100 points for essay number 1, which is due in week 5 or 6, depending on how you guys are working through the information. 100 points on your research essay project, weeks 8 through 11. I will talk about that more at another time. 200 points for an essay number 2, which is your research essay draft, final draft, and that's due in the middle of the semester, weeks 12 through 13. 100 points for a book literature review, which are 4 short assignments for the book Big Chief, weeks 13 through 17. 100 points for essay number 3, the final draft of that. 100 points for participation. Participation is attendance, discussion posts, short presentations, group work, short writing, and any quizzes that you might have for the readings. It's an 800 point scale, and this is the breakdown of the points. If you have this many points, you get that grade that's associated with it. If you have questions for me, let me know. I will add in one important thing, and that is the first week of class, or the first 3 weeks of class, is a tiny little bit amount of points compared to your 800 points. So please make sure to keep that in consideration and not freak out when you see your first grades. So because they're really pretty small little associated grades, and it's not weighted the same way. There are learning outcomes and academic dates. These are important dates that are helpful. There's a link on here, but I'm going to allow you to read these on your own and definitely come back to me with any questions. That's the syllabus, folks. All of the information on there, it should be helpful to you. There may be questions. If you have questions, definitely see me in my office hours or send me an email. Both of those are totally fine. I hold you to the same degree of accountability and responsibility for achieving what you need to achieve for this class. That the syllabus should just help with that so that you don't have confusion. Oh, I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be sick. What do I do? Look at the syllabus, okay? I'll probably tell you that if you come and see me in office hours, I'll probably say, hey, did you check out the syllabus? So please make sure to check it out first and then ask questions afterward. But no matter what, you can always feel free to ask me questions. Hopefully you feel that I am approachable. I hope to be approachable to you. And I enjoy what I do. I love what I do. This is a really fun class for me. We get into some really interesting ideas and subjects. It's not one of those classes that's going to ask you to bury your soul or do anything like that, but it is going to help you to kind of hopefully learn how to communicate more clearly through writing, learn how to communicate and critically think through writing, and bring up some issues or ideas that maybe you haven't thought about before that you think are interesting. And I'm hoping that this is going to be a really enjoyable semester for you. Welcome, 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 welcome. And again, I'm here for office hours. Come and see me if you have questions. Okay, have a good one. Bye.